Hello, and welcome to the workshop series Back to Ink. I'm your host, Brittany Cook. Today we're going to be catching up with some of Milwaukee's local tattoo artists, getting their view on tattoo industry here, learning about the special trip to Cambodia, and get an up-close view on different tools when tattooing. All that and more coming up next. Here in Milwaukee, the tattoo industry is on the rise. With shops all over the city and a plethora of artists, styles, and different techniques, I was able to sit down with an artist from Walker's Point Tattoo and get some insight on the life of an artist in the industry here in Milwaukee.
Hi, my name's Chacho Lopez. I'm a tattoo artist here at Walker's Point Tattoo Company. Muralist, painter, father, lover. I've been tattooing now, I'd say a little bit over 7 years. Yeah, so, but I've been drawing and painting most of my life, so. My dad used to do tattoos, and my uncle was a graffiti artist, so right away I was just like bombarded with this like lifestyle, like right away. I say I do a lot of lettering, I do a lot of black and gray, realism. I do some color sometimes, but mainly I like to stay in that range of doing a lot of black and gray and custom lettering and stuff like that. It's funner, to do, bigger stuff like shoulder to shoulder, like lettering, custom lettering. But really whatever, it doesn't matter. There's a couple spots here and there that are like pain, to deal with, but really it doesn't matter. It kind of goes with like being able to do whatever that person wants, so if you can't do that, whatever.
With there being so many different styles and techniques when it comes to tattooing, it can be hard at times to keep up with what's current in the industry. Let's take a look and see what Chacho's current piece of work is all about and the styles and techniques he likes to use.
We're doing like a third eye piece, kind of just more like freestyle. We're not using any stencils or anything like that. I'm kind of just going off of a concept that he had, and we're just gonna make it work from there. If I'm doing like a portrait or something more realistic, I like to do like some freestyle work in there just so it doesn't look so like slapped on, It's kind of a little bit more like my style, I feel like, just adding my touch here and there, But yeah, something like this, it's not as big, but I mean, it could just as easily be filled with a lot of detail. So if I was doing it like, as simple as I could, it'd probably be like 2 hours, but I could sit here and work on it for like 4 or 5 hours if he was cool with it. I got my last name on my stomach by John Bartos. He gave me my first tattoo. And I mean, it sucked. It's kind of funny actually. Some people will be like, oh, I'm just waiting for it to go numb. I'd be like, oh yeah, sure. We have some really, really great artists here. Not only just here at Walker's Point Tattoo, but I mean all over the city. I think us as a shop, I think we stand out just because everybody here has so many different styles and they're really good at it. So there's 7 of us here now. I think that it's really important to have that, diversity in style, just because you don't want to go somewhere and everyone does like, traditional tattoos or something. Like we have people here that do traditional, neo-traditional, watercolor, realism, color realism. So I think that's kind of where we stand out as a shop, as a team. But yeah, as far as artists and like the industry here in Milwaukee, I think it's good. I think it's growing fast just because tattoos are getting so much more mainstream and more accepted now, that I think it's really growing fast.
Welcome back to the first episode of Back to Ink. I'm once again your host, Brittany Cook, and I have been joined in the studio with the tattoo artist, muralist, painter, and lover, Chacho Lopez. Thanks for joining us today. We're here and excited to have you.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here.
So is Chacho your real name?
Yeah, that's what they call me. So.
Really? Where did it come from?
It's actually a crazy story. It's really long too, so I got it from an old mechanic, basically. I was just always doing some crazy stuff when I was a kid, so.
So then Chacho just
And
popped out of
Chacho's
nowhere.
like, yeah, he is just like Chacho, you know, so.
Okay, okay. Well, you do have an organization called Painting It Forward.
Yeah, so it was actually founded by Ben Stark, and he's the one who actually introduced this whole traveling and, you know, donating these murals and getting involved with these kids in these schools. So I became a part of it about 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
So what exactly is your role?
So I'm just an artist. Well, he's an artist too. So basically what we do is we do commission paintings here, you know, and that basically funds us to go and paint these schools in other countries. So.
So you paint in other countries, so do you do murals as well?
Yes, well, murals, kind of just try to get the kids involved as much as we can, you know, maybe helping out a little bit, like buffing the walls or, you know, making room. And, you know, they like to, it's different. They don't see that every day with these places that we go, so.
That's
cool.
believable, that's believable. So I heard that you went to northwestern Cambodia.
Yeah,
Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, it was beautiful. We were in Cambodia. We went to Thailand. We spent the night in Shanghai, China, on the way to go to Cambodia. It was a culture shock. It was crazy. It was like, I can't even explain it. Sorry, it was beautiful. People were awesome. The food was delicious. It was great.
So how long did it actually take you to paint this mural?
This one was about, I want to say about 5 days or something like that.
5 days.
Yeah.
5 days.
4 or 5 days.
So do you have a history of doing spray painting, or is that?
Mainly, yeah, mainly a lot of spray painting. I used to do a lot of graffiti, so.
So how do you incorporate that, like tattooing and spray painting? It's two different, like not different fields,
yeah,
but
no,
it is, you know?
It's two different worlds. I feel like sometimes people think that it goes hand in hand, or like, you know, but there's a lot of tattoo artists that they're just tattooing, you know, that's their life, that's all they do, you know. So I feel like I was a artist, period, you know, before everything took off. But I just put into my tattooing, you know, my graffiti, I guess. You know,
Well,
my
that's
style.
amazing. That's actually very amazing. So you said that a lot of the kids and the people out there aren't aware of, you know, certain things like murals and things like this. So how did you involve the kids with this? I see that you had them helping you out a little bit.
Oh yeah, yeah, they were cool. They were being real cool. It was kind of weird because I didn't know the language, you know. So I feel like in other places we've gone, I'm able to communicate, you know. But this was totally like, you know,
Fish out of water.
sign language. Like I'm like, you know, no, you know, and I'm
Yeah.
trying to tell them like, don't do it that fast, you know, take it slow, take it easy. And they loved it. They loved being a part of it, you know, because it's for them. I feel like once they realize that, you know, we're not getting paid to do it. Like we're doing it for them, basically. Like it sounds kind of, may sound a little corny or whatever, but we're really doing it to inspire them.
So genuine. So exactly who are the women in the murals? Like, did you have a concept for it?
Yeah, so they're, I hope I'm pronouncing it right. It's Apsara. So they're just Cambodian dancers.
Okay.
It's actually kind of crazy. They do these things with their hands. It's like the more that they can bend it back, it's like the more beautiful it is, you know. It's crazy. Like Ben's wife, Cherry, was actually saying that her mom used to make her bend her hands back or something like that.
Like practice it?
Like trying to get it, yeah.
Oh
you know.
my goodness. So did you meet anybody that actually is a dancer? Like
No,
while out there? Or
no,
is this
we
the
didn't.
Concept?
We didn't. We just did a lot of research and stuff, so.
That would have been so awesome though. That would have been definitely super
Yeah.
awesome. So did you get to try any of the food? I'm a foodie, so.
Oh, I mean, I hate to say, but like I ate so much. Like I thought I was gonna go over there and like, I knew we were staying in the village and stuff, so I thought I wasn't gonna be eating like that for some reason. And then they kind of made it seem like, you know, you can't be just going out and getting food or this
Right.
and that. And I was like, oh no, you know. But every day, you know, we were eating all home cooked meals. So we were staying with the family. So we would get, you know, breakfast. We'd go out and paint. They'd bring lunch, and then we'd come back home and eat dinner. And it was beyond amazing.
I'm a little jealous, just a tad bit, just a tad bit. You also made a stop in Thailand, and it was a different project. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, so I didn't even know I mean, I guess they told me. I just don't remember. But I didn't know that we were supposed to actually be staying in Thailand like that. I thought we were gonna go to Bangkok, get the paint, and then come back. You know. So when we got to Thailand, the border was out of control. So when we finally got into Thailand, they were like, "We're staying with Ye's mom. We're Ye's family." So we were like, "All right, cool." And then I thought it was just gonna be 1-2 days, and we ended up being there for like a week and a half or something like that. So then we just went up to some school that was in the village area and asked them if we could paint, and they didn't have any issues with it. That same day, we just started painting like right away.
Wish we could do that here.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
It was like so much more open, you know?
I wish we could, really. I really think that it, like, you know, the art speaks to people, and it makes people proud of where they're from, you know? So especially if it's something that's cultural, or, you know what I mean, for the neighborhood or the community, I feel like it's really important to
Even
give
like
people
downtown, like I feel like, you know, we have all these, you know, paintings and everything. As you drive down, I think it could be entirely different.
Yeah.
But wow, like I'm amazed. With all this amazing artwork and community service, I'm feeling really inspired. But let's get back to ink with a different perspective on the tattoo industry and what it's like being a woman in this field.
My name is Jessica Noble. I'm a tattoo artist at River West Tattoo Company, and I specialize in American Traditional.
Before working at River West Tattoo Company, Jessica used to work at Atomic Tattoo. Ever since her transition to River West, she has been very happy in her new environment and is looking forward to great new experiences with her new fellow tattoo artists in the shop.
I love it here. I was brought to River West Tattoo. I was kind of gravitated towards it because a lot of really great tattooers have come out of here. John Tierney, Garrett Bisbee, Chris Burke, Michael Perry, those are all very well-known, very, very talented tattooers that started here. It's a very loving and supportive space. We're also almost an all-female shop. We have one male tattooer, love him to death, but only one. And so I wanted to be around people that were going to support me when I started to succeed. And people that were very serious about putting love and passion into this industry. And that's all we have here.
While loving her job and being able to be her own boss, there are still some things Jessica hopes to see change in the near future of the tattoo industry here in Milwaukee.
I would like to see more people of color, specifically women. I am the only female black tattoo artist in Milwaukee that I know of. I've heard there are others. I've never met them. I want to meet them. I would like to see more people of color in tattooing because right now it is a male-dominated as well as Caucasian-dominated industry. And I would love to see more progressiveness.
Just like in any other field, we all have that one person we aspire to be like and look up to. Jessica has one person in particular from Milwaukee who has influenced her the most in her tattoo career.
Isaac Bretthauer, he works at Goodland Tattoo. I first saw Isaac's tattoos when I was probably 5 years ago, I would say. And he's also an American traditional tattooer. He's inspired me a lot. He doesn't know it, but he's inspired me a lot just being great. And he's also a very nice person. He's tattooed me multiple times. He's tattooed my neck. He is very talented and has a lot of heavy black, which is what I strive for in my tattoos as well. So he's inspired me a lot, and I often reference his artwork and his attitude towards his clients.
It's really amazing to hear about women in the tattoo industry joining forces and making a change. Cha-Cha, how do you feel about women actually being in the industry in this male-dominant field and coming in there making a change?
I mean, I think it's awesome. I think it's great. I have a daughter, so I know that one day if she was like, you know, I want to do some tattoos, I'd be like, go ahead, yeah, that's cool, do what you got to do. Yeah, I think it's awesome.
Do you feel like it kind of might be a little bit of a stress with women coming into the male-dominant field?
No, I don't think so. I think there's more than enough people around to get tattooed. I don't think it's like if more women start tattooing that it's going to be like an issue or anything. You know, they've been tattooing for years, so it doesn't. It's like becoming more like mainstream, I guess. You know, especially with like Instagram and stuff. Like, I mean, I think it's totally fine. I think it's awesome.
Do you think that Instagram is kind of like helping popularize a lot of people that do tattoos?
Yeah, absolutely. I think. I mean, and it's all about how you brand yourself. You know, I guess that's the thing now. So you have to be totally in that wave, and you got to know, you know, put a business page and do all this stuff. So it's, I mean, like, it can get kind of crazy. That's just the way it is now, I guess.
So what are your recommendations on like branding? You were saying that's like super important with the field.
You know, it's honestly, for me personally, I feel like the work's going to speak for itself. So I have a really strong clientele because, you know, I give them what they want with a little bit of my twist on it. So as long as you're doing good work, I feel like you'll be fine. As long as you're putting out good, solid work and, you know, you're nice to people and you know how to talk and, you know, you don't ever let it get to your head about the position you're in. Because some people, it's really personal, it's really serious for some people. Not that it's not, but I feel like, you know, someone coming in and getting their first tattoo, you know, like when you told me.
Like myself.
Yeah, it's like, that's my first tattoo, you know, so some people don't, you know, they want to feel like they're being, you know, taken care of, not
secure.
not just getting tattooed, you know. So it's, and then in some cases you build these relationships with your clients. Like there's a lot of people that I tattoo that, you know, I talk to every day now. Like, you know, some people hit me up randomly like, hey, what's going on? You want to go get some lunch or something? And I'm like, yeah. I remember like 4 years ago, I wasn't even, it was just strictly tattooing.
Well, that's amazing. But stay tuned, guys. We'll get right back to ink with just a moment with a live demonstration from Chacho himself on how he sets up his tools when preparing to do a tattoo. Welcome back, everyone. As promised, I'm here with artist Chacho Lopez, who is here to show us how he sets up his tools and the difference between old tattoo guns and more modern tattoo guns. So, what do we have here?
We have a couple different machines here. We got a couple Bishops, and we actually have a Ernie Deluxe coil machine that I helped build. Well, I built. We had a seminar at Walker's Point Tattoo Company when Ernie D was in town. And I helped build this one. I gotta stop saying I helped build. I built this.
Take ownership.
So yeah, so this is my baby right here. And it's a shader. It was built for black and gray shading, just smooth shading. It's a little bit different from these. This is the traditional coil machine, and these are rotary machines.
Okay.
So this one's a little more, this is my probably every day. I've been using this a lot more. So like I said, I do a lot of black and gray, a lot of smooth, like shading and stuff. So I like that soft hit. I feel like sometimes these coil machines can be a little bit too much power for the style that I like to do. And with these rotaries, I can control, you know, more of, you know, what I'm doing. I feel like it just works a lot better for what I do. It's all about preference, and I prefer using these.
What's the cute one?
This little guy right here is actually pretty funny. I didn't know. I kind of forgot. I got it, I ordered it online, and I kind of forgot that I got a purple one. I thought I got blue or something like that.
Purple means royalty, you're fine.
Yeah, so this is the Purple Rain. Rotary as well. I use it for a lot of black and gray. This grip is actually pretty cool. It's an adjustable grip, so, you know, I can determine how much the needle's sticking out and, you know, how much love I'm giving them. So this one is a disposable tube. So with this one, you can use it on the coil machines, but like I said, I rarely use the coil machine. I'm not strictly, but I like to use the rotary a lot more. But with the coil machine, for some tattoos and some styles, like for lettering, you know, it's like you're gonna need that power. You know, you're gonna need that hard hitting machine to help you out and get it done right.
Do you have to switch these out like constantly? Like I know when I got my tattoo, I don't know what was going on. I was
Yeah.
just like, okay, so he has a little needle gun.
Yeah.
So do you switch it out like from time to time?
So with the rotaries, it's like, it's all by cartridge. So this thing is basically fits for the cartridge, and you can put these on the coil machines. It's just, you know, I feel like it works a little differently. But with these, with being able to use the cartridges, is way easier to just change from going to maybe like a 9-round liner to a 23 mag, you know what I mean? So,
Okay.
and it's like, I can do line work and shading with the same machine.
Oh,
So
that's
it's kind of
pretty tight.
convenient, it's a little more efficient, I feel like, in my eyes. And the coil machine is just a little more, if you set up with a 9-round liner, that's what you're using the whole time. And if you set up for a, you know, a 7 mag, that's what you're going to be using. I feel like for just the style work that people do, it all depends on that. But I like to use the rotary.
Okay, okay. Is there any way that you can kind of show me so I can start becoming like a tattoo artist?
I wish I could.
in
I wish I could just totally tattoo you up here, but I don't know.
Next time,
Yeah,
everybody.
maybe
Next time for sure.
So this is actually just a really, I'm not even gonna set it up all the way.
Okay.
That's why, you know, I got all my stuff at the shop and all that. So what I'll just do is kind of put this in here. And with these machines, it's pretty much, sorry here. There's a couple different things you could do. So this would pretty much be it. With a needle cartridge going in here, and you know, what I like to do is wrap some paper towel around here, and then a little sensei wrap, maybe a couple rubber bands or something, just so I get like a better grip. You know what I mean? So
Because you're wearing gloves, you know.
I'm wearing gloves, but I'm just like, I don't know, I guess I'm just weird like that. I
No,
mean,
you're
it's
just
totally
secure.
fine.
You're just super secure. It's perfect.
These are totally clean right now, so, and this is obviously brand new, I just opened it, so if you want, you can hold it.
I just,
Yeah, just hold it from like right here, like you're like, so
Like
this
writing?
is pretty much, so like I'd be like this, you know, tattooing you.
oh.
So then
okay.
this is just strictly the machine.
So, okay. It's not even heavy. Every time I just assume it's just like so much.
Yeah,
Oh my,
and
okay, I
these
just
are
tattooed
actually
myself.
really, yeah. These are actually really quiet.
Really?
So it's like a real light buzz, like you're not gonna really hear much.
So do you put like the needle in the little
Yeah, so
cartridge?
yeah, the cartridge is actually gonna snap into here.
Okay.
And then you can just take it off, switch them out. Yeah, but with these machines, it's a little more, you know, it's a lot louder.
Okay.
It's pretty much like just this constant buzzing, you know.
Okay. That's what I experienced.
Yeah,
The
and I
constant.
feel like sometimes some people have even said it, that it's like that's half of the anxiety they get is from like, they get like, oh, you know, you hear that bzzz, and it kind of just like lets you know that you're ready, you know, it'll wake you up.
Right.
But these do the same thing, because it's like you're like, oh, it's so quiet, and then it's like, oh wow,
Out of nowhere,
it
boom.
feels the same. So it's like, you know, those are the tools of the trade though, right there. So
So you're saying the buzzing scares people. So like myself.
I wouldn't say it totally scares people. I don't want to say that, because I know there's a lot of people who use the, you know, the coils, and they're like loyal to the coil. So, and I used coil machines for like 5 years. So I mean, I got absolutely none against them. I'm actually really thinking about just using them for lettering. Like, you know, it
Okay.
just gets the job done. It's so powerful.
So what do you feel is a good recommendation for people like myself that are beginners?
Well, I think it's absolutely necessary to learn how to do it with the coil machines.
Okay.
You know, this is kind of more like after you figure out how to use it, you know, the right way with the coils, and figure out how deep you should be going, how much voltage you should be giving the machine, then, you know, you can kind of decide, you know, maybe a couple years in, like, okay, you know what, I think I do want to use a rotary. You know, that's just the way it is, I guess.
Okay. Well, I'm going to take that into consideration when I switch careers.
Yeah.
So what do you recommend about people that are getting the tattoo, like their first time? What do you recommend coming in? Like, what do you think their mindset or recommendations?
I feel like it's important to do some research, especially on maybe where you want to go, kind of figure out what you want to get done, maybe kind of do some research on what artists, and, you know, local artists, or maybe not even local, just what kind of work they do, and, you know, their style. And then really it's just a matter of hitting them up, messaging them, calling the shop or something, scheduling a consultation. I feel like that's really important. You don't want to just call up to a shop like, hey, you have time for, if it's a bigger piece. If it's just something small that can be done in like an hour or less, then yeah, you know, go do a walk-in or something somewhere. But if you want like an elaborate piece or something that's really important to you, I think it's really important to set up that consultation just so you can meet with that artist and kind of get a feel for them. And if you're, you know, you may not be feeling them or not, or you may just show up and be like, you know, I kind of don't, you know, or like,
Yeah.
wow, I'm really comfortable with this person, like, yeah. Or, you know, and they can give you feedback on designs or like, oh, hey, we should totally do this or we should totally add this. And then it kind of just builds from there, you know what I mean? So I feel like it's really important to give the artists a lot more freedom. I feel like sometimes some people can be like, really
Yeah.
like, I want it like this, you know? And I feel like it's important to let the artists do their thing.
Well, I'm going to definitely take that advice because we're definitely out of time. But thank you so much, Chacho.
Yeah.
You were amazing. I'd also like to thank our viewers for tuning in. You already know, since I already have everything all set up, that I'm going to try and sneak in my free, you know, tattoo and everything. So hopefully we're all set up here. And thank you for seeing and viewing us. Have a
Thanks.
good one, everyone.